guys? Alex here, just steps away from where I live here in Toronto's affluent Forest Hill neighborhood. I'm here on Ridelle Avenue, just looking south towards Eglinton Avenue West. And again, this is the Line 1 subway located in the median of the Allen Expressway. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, today being October 28th, 2023, and it is exactly 2:06 p.m. And I just a little idea in mind. It's gonna probably consume a lot of hours, but I am gonna embark on a very, very long walk from my neighborhood to my mom's old neighborhood of Birch Cliff in Scarborough. And this walk will be around 16 kilometers and around 3 hours and 45 minutes. So thanks to Google Maps, it has shown me a very, very good route, which will bring me through many neighborhoods, from Forest Hill to Leaside to East York, and then into Birch Cliff, of course. So it's going to take me through 3 boroughs at least. Hopefully I'll remember to put a map in. But you know, of all the 3 years I've been doing walking videos, you know, I have walked a long period of time before, especially during the COVID pandemic, where I wasn't allowed to use public transit, which means I've walked from here to Silverthorne, or from here to like Yonge and Eglinton or Davisville. And you know, I've heard of people like walking like 3 hours on like Eglinton Avenue or Yonge Street, or even like from like North York to downtown. Like, let me try doing that myself. Let me just walk from here. Let me just walk from the border of York and Old Toronto to Birch Cliff. And this is gonna be like a vlog style type of video. I'm trying to do more of these on the channel after I did a food review of one of Toronto's newest pizzerias. So come along for the journey on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Very sunny, also some beautiful fall colors. So how is this gonna work? So obviously I'm not gonna vlog the entire journey, but of course I am gonna see a lot of interesting things that might be good for this video. From the squirrels to buses to whatever. But I'll only update you guys I'll update you guys when I reach like major intersections, subway stations, or when we cross into the other borough. So the first part of this walk will take us mostly through Forest Hill and then Davisville Village. And by Bayview Avenue, we should hit up East York. But this is a very, very beautiful neighborhood, because not only got the fall colors here, but you got a very wide characteristic of old, new, elegant homes. It's beautiful. I'm really glad that I live right next to a rich part of town. So my goal here is to head down to Elmridge Drive, according to Google Maps, and then I will head east along here for maybe a block or two, and then I'll head down to the K. Gardner Beltline Trail. So I'm gonna try and vlog the whole thing. Hopefully I won't get too tired. I haven't really done something like this in like 2 years, because you know, the very early days of this channel I was always walking like 3 kilometers, because I wasn't allowed to take the TTC or any other public transportation because of how bad it was during COVID. So here's Elmridge Drive. We're gonna start heading east now. So I forgot to press start on this on Google Maps. Anyway, I guess we'll do it right now. Yep, here we are. So we should get to our destination at 5:52 p.m. and around that time, I don't think the sun goes down around that time, but it'll almost be time for that. So anyway, guys, again, I'll update you at various points throughout my journey. So I pretty much started like like at 2:06. Now it's 2:10, 2:11 now. So, hey guys, and enjoy the video. Look at this, Halloween decorations on this house here. Again, Halloween is in 3 days, so, and people are raking up their leaves because we're literally in peak season. Look at that, eh? Look at that. The It Clown, Michael Myers, Bleeding Scream. Holy hell. You guys are really decked out here. Now before I end this short clip here, this walk is I'm not using downtown, and I won't be going through downtown. It's probably a good thing because there are multiple demonstrations and protests against Hamas and the war in the Middle East, and there's also TPS set of an expected vehicle rally that'll be going from Scarborough Town Center to Nathan Phillips Square via Highway 401 and the DVP. So maybe we might see some of that, because my journey will involve taking the Millwood Road Viaduct. So yeah, anyway, I guess I'll update you on my next point. Alright guys, we are now on the K Gardner Beltline Trail. Hello, squirrel. And there's a couple others on, yeah, I saw one over there, but he's on my sight now. So yeah, so we are walking on what used to be an old railway line. And then in the late 80s, early 90s, the city of Toronto, or back then it was called Metro Toronto, they converted it into park space. And it is absolutely beautiful here in the fall time. Look, the squirrels are they're considered onlookers. Look at this. It's just so fun to see, right? And I used to do this walk, as I just mentioned, 2 years ago during the height of the pandemic. I used to walk all the time from my place to like Yonge and Davisville, and even like the other part of the Beltline Trail all the way into the York borough. And it is a very popular spot for pedestrians and cyclists, like these two guys on their bikes that just passed me. The Beltline Trail goes all the way to the Don Valley, but so we're not going to be using. We're going to be using the Beltline Trail for a very, very short distance, and then maybe I think after Bathurst is when the trail is running parallel to Chaplin Crescent, and that means I'll be using Chaplin Crescent for the rest up until Yonge, of course. Again, there's like 15 squirrels just surrounding this path here. They're always investigating. They're looking for some nuts or treasure buried beneath the ground. I'm already now thinking of what good thumbnails I should choose and how long it's going to take for me to edit this. I can't tell if that's live music, like somebody's like playing a guitar, or I'm just gonna assume someone's blasting music from like, but at least it's not like aggressive type of music. Like this type of music, it's kind of calm. And I hear another song blasting. I cannot tell what that is. Look, there's a squirrel right in the middle, and he's just slowly walking away. Hey, buddy. Alright, we made it to Bathurst Street, and looks like I just missed a break here because now they have the right of way. Okay, I guess got a small break now. So we are a very short walking distance from the Forest Hill LRT station, which is on the Eglinton Crosstown LRT line, known as Line 5. God knows when the hell that's going to open. But so we're going to continue on here for a very, very short stretch, and then we'll just take it on to Chaplin Crescent. Alright, now we're just leaving the trail, although it'll still be next to us. So this is Chaplin Crescent. I keep forgetting the name of this building there, but it's definitely a school. It's not uncommon to see a lot of people playing there, specifically little kids. So now we're heading southeast, physically. You can see one of the Chaplin LRT station. I can't remember if I mentioned this, but if I didn't, the temperature right now is 13 degrees Celsius, which is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad, not chilly. It's just perfect, right? And I kid you not, guys. I was literally thinking about what to do today because I didn't want to go downtown and deal with protesters and, you know, all that shit. So, you know, just going back to what I used to do 2 years ago during the pandemic and the lockdowns, you know, it's good to get some exercise, right? You know, I've made like hundreds of walking videos around Toronto and the GTA, and let me just make a long ass journey just walking all the way to like freaking Scarborough. So there's a Larry Grossman Forest Hill Memorial Arena, as we are indeed smack dab in Forest Hill. Alright, now we're approaching Eglinton Avenue West, and yep, there's one of 3 station entrances to Chaplin Station, surrounded by a public space that is off limits to us pedestrians, even though it looks 100% complete, which I think is total bullshit. At least open up this whole space while you guys still figure out when to open up this damn line. Well, this next stretch is beautiful. I haven't walked down this stretch of Chaplin since I did that walking video back in January. Yeah, there's another entrance to the station right there, and I'm an 18-minute walk from Yonge and Eglinton because recently I've been filming walking videos around this area. Continuing southeast, of course. And here comes one of TTC's newest hybrid buses, built by New Flyer, Unit 7235 on the 14. One of my home routes. It's very sleek, very clean, very efficient. The downside, though, is that they are replacing my favorite TTC bus model since childhood, and that being the Orion 7 OG Hybrid. Also, I forgot to even mention, these are the shoes I'm wearing. These blue and white Nikes I got from, I forgot what store, but it was at the Eaton Center. It was like back in the winter. And I gotta say, these are like pretty freaking cool shoes, even though I've already dirtied them up. Look at that old house here, getting the driveway done. There's 2 skeletons, and unfortunately, this sidewalk here comes to an end. Damn it. Okay, I gotta be like quick here, alright? Give that truck driver a wave. So now we're on the north side of Chaplin, made to Avenue Road, which means we're just 10 minutes away from approaching Yonge Street, which is the major street that divides the city into the east and western halves. So there's a look north up Avenue Road, and the looks down south. Let's see, maybe we could get Upper Canada College in it. Do we? Yeah, there it is. I have a tip of the CN Tower. I'll tell you a quick story. It was back in August. I was filming a bus ride on a New Flyer XD40 heading home. And the bus pulled up to this stop, and then we heard like a loud thud, and a female had collapsed, but she was conscious. So yes, she did suffer a medical episode. Thank God she was okay. But we had to stay. We couldn't go anywhere for like 20 minutes because, you know, TTC protocol. Like you gotta like inform the supervisor of like the incident, and then eventually the bus had to be taken out of service, and we had to get on the next one behind it. And that pretty much ended my first attempt. But I wasn't really doubting myself because you know I take the 14 a lot, so I can always go back another time and, you know, redo it, which I successfully did finally, like not too long ago. Also, I'm just proving you guys that a lot of our neighborhoods in Toronto are walkable, because at this point we are like less than, as I just mentioned, we are less than 10 minutes away from the thriving environment of Yonge Street, as well as the other side of line 1, that would be the Yonge Street side, and the next subway station we'll be approaching will be Davisville. Because when I started the video, I was a bit closer to Glencairn Station, even though when I pointed the camera down south, clearly you could see Eglinton West Station there. So now, at this point, I think I've been walking for over 35 minutes now, and definitely around 2 kilometers. As we're approaching Oriole Parkway. The concept around Oriole Parkway and Avenue Road in this part of town is just quite confusing, because Avenue Road, it abruptly ends because of the private college. So then we got to, that means we got to go through Oriole Parkway, and then eventually I'll take it back down to Avenue Road, and then just continue down into the core. Anyway, we're gonna cross back to the south side here, and Yonge Street will be next. Finally, boys and girls, we made it to Yonge Street and the other side of line 1. This here is Davisville subway station, which is uniquely designed with its open air concept and the fact that it is built right next to the Toronto Transit Commission's headquarters here at 1900 Yonge Street. So, started the video 40 minutes ago, which is obviously when I began this walk. And here we are at the street that divides east and west. There's one of my favorite retro-like office buildings. It's a very nice 80s interior, complete with a uniquely designed fountain. And look, a new bakery just opened up. Actually, not really new. I don't even know what this place is called. Let's see here. Circles plus Squares Bakery since 2005. So this replaced an old cannabis shop that was once a Starbucks back in 2021. My God, this area has changed like so fast. New condos are going up just north of here. And let me show you guys a good view of the CN Tower right there. And just down the street from here is a pretty good spot to fan the subway trains, as of course right next to it is the Davisville Yard. I don't know why the hell the camera doesn't want to focus. But there we go. But we still got more work to do. We still got more walking. So next major street will be Mount Pleasant Road, and then Bayview Avenue. I filmed a walking video along this street back in July. It was like middle of summer. So this is where Chaplin Crescent turns into Davisville Avenue. So now we still got these elegant homes, but we also got some high-rise apartments that were built in the, I would say, the 1970s. And I think that school right there is the Toronto Deaf School. So I guess I'll update you when we get to Mount Pleasant. If not, then Bayview Avenue. I was wrong. That is still the Davisville Junior Public School and the Spectrum Alternative School. Wait, senior school, elementary? I couldn't really read that because the trees were, that small little tree was blocking the view there though. Anyway, we got some new these new friggin' condos right here. And I filmed a walking video a block south of here along Merton Street. Look, you can see some of the office buildings. It's a very beautiful street filled with nice apartments and office buildings. Look, there's a Salvation Army residence. Here's another New Flyer XDE 40, unit number 7226 on the 28, followed by Novabus LFS 8700. Fancy seeing you here. Just remember, guys, the 28 and 14 do interline, so they're essentially like one long continuous route. It was 2 weeks ago, but I took this one long continuous route to the Evergreen brickwork. So I guess that's the benefits of not having to transfer to another bus, because they've been doing it since February at least. And now we're crossing Mount Pleasant Road, which, by the way, before I came out to this intersection, I just missed 7238 heading east because I wanted to get my camera a break. So I turned it off, and then the friggin' bus just whizzed by me. Big L, but yeah, at least the 14 and 28 have only new flyers on it. Last time I checked Transy. So anyway, guys, so we will be turning off Davisville Avenue in several blocks. We need to go up to Cleveland Street, go for like one or two blocks up to Millwood Road, and then we'll stay on Millwood Road, which will take us into East York, and that'll bring us to where it splits off into Pape and Donlands Avenue. Look, there's Hodson Middle School. So again, this area may look a little bit familiar because I did end a walking video up at Davisville and Cleveland, like Cleveland, Ohio. It was on the other side of Lake Erie, if you're in like southwestern Ontario. So I'm gonna wait for the voice to tell me to make a left onto Cleveland. We'll take things from there, and soon enough we'll be in East York. Look at that, there's a very nice, cute house. I don't know if you guys can see a little bit. Nice little pathway. More Halloween decorations, but I'm sure you guys seen them all. Hey, here we are at Cleveland Street. And this is gonna be the only time where we head north. This is the only time in this journey where we head north. So, for some reason, I don't know why, but the voice did not even tell me to make a freaking left. But I think we go up here for a block, and then we'll find Millwood Road. So we're kind of going uphill, as you can see. And also now the time is, yeah, you guys can't see shit there, but it's exactly 3 p.m., which means it's been nearly an hour well into this journey. So it's been good so far. And by the way, yes guys, I do have a bottle of water in my bag, so maybe when we hit Bayview, I'll take a little sip out of it. And here's Millwood Road. Now that's the part of Millwood I haven't filmed a video on yet. But essentially, this will take me further into East York. And then later on, we'll be in a familiar spot called the Millwood Viaduct. But unfortunately, I'm going to be on the bad side of views. Because once I get to where Pape and Donlands split off, it's going to be quite difficult to cross over. So, some nice old houses here with Halloween decorations. So at this point, it took an hour to walk from my place to the East York borough. So East York is going to be the second part of this video, and let's see. I highly doubt this will take an hour for me to get down to the Danforth, but that is probably like my next goal, or one of my next goals, because I do got to go along O'Connor Drive, and then make a few turns down some interesting side streets, and then to Danforth, and then that'll be like one of the last few parts of the walk, as I head east along Danforth. And then I'm going to make a couple of side streets down to where my mom used to live on Freeman Street. I may not exactly end it there though, because I might as well just take it down to the bus stop at Kingston Road and Birchcliff Avenue. So and here we are, we made it to Bayview Avenue, as well as the East York borough. Borough, excuse me. Blooper right there. But yeah, this is the Bayview Leaside district, and it's quite busy along here. So here we are, welcome to East York and the Leaside neighborhood. So now we are indeed out of the old city of Toronto. Alright, so 3:04, so just coming up to the 1 hour mark. And by the way, I do walk very fast, as you guys know, so it looks like we might even get to our destination, as it says there, by 5:31, only just 10 kilometers to go. A big win-win. But unfortunately now, Looks like they just did some construction on the sidewalk here, which means I gotta slightly deviate. That's a welcoming sight here to East York. So let's see how long it'll take for me to walk through East York. It's kind of huge, but it's still the smallest borough in the city. I think I can squeeze through here. That was easy. But yeah, maybe I'll update you guys when I get to Laird Drive. Actually, even though this is a residential street, it's freaking busy, so lots of cars along here, or passing by a church. Again, as I mentioned, I've walked like almost every nook and cranny, but there's even like some neighborhoods or spots that I haven't really walked yet, like very small patches. But we're in borough number 2. And my feet, they're not hurting yet, but probably by the time I'm done, like I'll be tired as hell. So here's Bessborough Drive. I like this little French door there, very vintage. Again, most of the homes here in Leaside, they're quite old. Some nice fall colored trees here as well. And more of these freaking scary balloon ghosts. Oh look, I don't know if you guys can see, but in the distance is one of the I don't know if it's an apartment or an office tower, but that's in the nearby Thorncliffe Park neighborhood. There goes by one of the worst electric buses I've ever been on, the BYD K9M. Wow, it just runs like shit. And not to mention that it was manufactured in China, so anyway, almost missed that, but we're coming up to a couple of interesting stuff here. Look, I don't think I knew this was here. But anyway, I just opened up my bottle of water, and it looks like I'm a little bit wet here, so I just want to film myself drinking it, but I think that's impossible now. Still on Millwood Road. I have never seen this before. You know what? This now gives me an idea to film a walking video on the street, because look at this. You're surrounded by typical residential homes here, as well as these small businesses on each side. Look, you got more there. And looks like they demolished a building up there too. Probably must have been plazas too, just like that. I forgot to mention the BYD that you just saw. It's on the 88 South Leaside route. And I believe we're now coming up to where Laird Drive begins and ends. But again, the way it's done is kind of confusing, but regardless, we'll still be on Millwood Road. And here we are at Southville Drive, and here's a much better view of the Thorncliffe Park neighborhood. And you can also see Laird Drive over at the next block. Now it says no through road for vehicles, but there is a direct way to get through. Thank you to Google Maps. So, looks like it wasn't this. Yeah, look, this wasn't that cyclist right away. So it's probably a well-deserved honk from that taxi, even though taxi drivers are known to drive like shit. And look, there's the Leaside Memorial Community Garden. So I guess we'll have to go around here. Oh, look, there's a banquet hall in here too. Explains with all the music that's blasting from inside. Well, we made it this far, and if you guys did make it this far here, I want to thank you guys all for watching right now, but we still got a very, very, very long way to go. Look at this. This here is commemorating all the people that gave their lives and fought in the Second World War. And look, there's the CP rail line. And then there's a traffic light just across from the rail bridge. So that means Google's going to tell me to cross over to the other side of Millwood Road. The only downside of walking on that part is that you won't be able to get a direct view of the skyline, you know, the money shot. Obviously, it's better on the west side, but it's going to be, it's going to show nothing when I point the camera. You'll see what I mean when we get there. About a little detour through the Leaside Gardens parking lot, and now back to the regular scheduled programming. Actually, not really, because that's what Google Maps said. Just go through here. And I think at this point, we might even be halfway through. Or maybe not. Because I got a long ass way to go up O'Connor Drive, so I mean we're not too far, but at this point it's gonna take like 10-15 minutes. So I guess stay tuned. I'm gonna walk in south for a little bit, and here we are. We made it to the Thorncliffe Park neighborhood. This here is Overlea Boulevard. This is a very interesting high-density neighborhood filled with high-rise towers, shopping plazas, and industrial businesses. But predominantly, this is a residential community that I think really needs to see a lot more love, to be honest. Because this neighborhood, I don't want to downplay this area, but this neighborhood used to see a high crime, but now it's a much stabilized neighborhood. Lots of housing up here, and soon enough, this neighborhood is going to be served by the brand new Ontario Light Metro line. So renderings have proposed that the line will be elevated. It will run elevated through the neighborhood, and I think it'll run on the west side of the bridge, and it's going to be really, really cool. Remember, the Ontario line is going to be very similar to the REM in Montreal. There's Leaside Park, even though we're not really in Leaside anymore. And here's the 100 Flemington Park route, followed by the 81 Thorncliffe Park. This is all Nova Central, like way back in the 2000s and 2010s. These routes were often served by the Orion 7 Detroit diesels, a few NG diesels as well, and before then, the old Nova RTSs and the GMC New Looks, classics, and I think the Orion 5s as well. Anyway, not really a good viewpoint from here, but there's our third view of the CN Tower, as we're now crossing over the Don Valley, which consists of the Don Valley Parkway. Oh look, 3 cop cars on a chase. I wonder if this is related to the vehicle rally that's heading south from Scarborough Town Center all the way down to Nathan Phillips Square. Let's take a quick moment to appreciate this skyline view here, as we're now nearly 90 minutes into this journey. And my feet, they're not actually hurting, but as I just mentioned, I will be pretty tired as hell after, so once again, a very good view, and eventually we're gonna see a new bridge being installed, which will be the elevated guideway for the Ontario line, which will become the new Line 3, and that'll just descend into a tunnel underneath Tape Avenue. I can't tell if those apartments are in the Crescent Town neighborhood, which is right by Victoria Park Station. I highly doubt that. Either way, I think we'll be walking very close to that development. And again, guys, just look at these beautiful, gorgeous fall colors here at the peak of the foliage. Look, there's the Don Valley Trail, used often by cyclists, but in my honest opinion, it's not really that pedestrian friendly down there. But if you like nature or you like cycling, then I guess it's for you. There's the DVP. I don't know if that vehicle rally passed here already. It might have happened already, but there's a better look at the DVP, or as we locals call it, the Don Valley parking lot, because during rush hours, you're gonna be stuck in friggin' traffic for probably an hour. It's the worst highway to use other than the 401 during rush hours, but when traffic is actually very good, you can literally get from downtown to the 401 in just 10 minutes. But traffic is moving quite well in both directions. And look, I think you can see Don Mills Road over there. I mean, we will be walking by that pretty soon. Here we are, we reached the fork in the road. So Pape Avenue on the right, and Donlands Avenue on the left, which is where I'm taking, to get down to O'Connor Drive, which is a few minutes away. So now we are heading southeast, and then we'll be perfectly heading east once we hit O'Connor. So at this point, guys, we have reached the halfway point of this journey, because now we are south of the Don Valley. But we got a long ass walk coming up along O'Connor Drive. So let's check Google Maps here, as it's now 3:30, so nearly 90 minutes since I started the journey. And now it's saying we should get to our destination in less than 2 hours. So 8.1 kilometers to go. But for now, I have 500 meters or half a kilometer to go until we hit O'Connor. And I probably won't be filming much along O'Connor, even though it's kind of interesting. It's really just like the same repetitive shit. So I'll update you when we get there. And then again, when we're about to turn onto whatever side street we come to. Alright, I made it to Donlands Avenue and O'Connor Drive. So now we're gonna head east here along the north side. So from this point on, it's gonna be a little bit boring. I'm also on a far walk from Greektown and Danforth Avenue, but obviously that's not part of the plan. So at this point, I have probably walked almost 9 or 10 kilometers, and I've been walking for an hour and 30 minutes. So we're making good progress here. And it's now 12 degrees Celsius, so the weather hasn't even changed at all. But it is still mid-50s Fahrenheit for you Americans. So all you got along here is just some typical single-family homes or single-detached bungalows. You know, you got my drift, right? But they may look boring, but still, they have a little bit of character to it, right? Although some of them do look colorless. And look, there's the beginning and end of Don Mills Road, and they have a nearest connection to the Don Valley Parkway. And look, there's not even a cloud in the sky. When I left, there were a couple clouds, but it was still nice as a whole. There's the 8 Broadview bus. 8606. But now, Google Maps is telling me to make a right onto Woodbine Avenue and then Cosburn Road. So it's gonna be quite a while, but maybe I'll update you guys when I get to Coxwell, because it gets a little interesting around there anyway. As I hear sirens. Once again, is it coming? Oh no, that's a fire truck. Alright, so it's heading north. I can't believe I missed that. But hey, at least we've seen some squirrels, buses, and you know what, but nothing too interesting just yet. But it's the halfway point. We still got a couple ways to go, so I wouldn't mind living in this area though. Transit access is a little bit convenient, because all you gotta take is just one bus route to the nearest subway station, which is on line 2, of course. And there's a sign directing to East York Civic Center and the Michael Guerin Hospital. And they were both on Coxwell Avenue. By the way, Michael Guerin is where my cousin Emily was born. Alright, we made it to Woodbine Avenue as I'm just cutting through this Shoppers Drug Mart parking lot. So say goodbye to O'Connor Drive. And hello, Woodbine Avenue. So now we're gonna take Woodbine down to Cosburn, and then from that point is when we'll be doing a little bit of zigzagging. So once again, we're now heading south. So now the time is 3:54, so it's been an hour and 50 minutes since I began, and now saying that I should probably be there in around an hour and 15 minutes. Of course, I have no respect for the assholes. I want to rev their engine pretty loud.
Stop. I'm going to stop.
And looks like that guy behind me is being wheeled into an ambulance here. And just like that, Cosburn Avenue is coming Oh, right up. He's just hiding. All right, now we're gonna head east again, this time on Cosburn Avenue. I'm getting there. Not quite. But when I say I'm getting there, that means I've walked for like nearly freaking 2 hours. My feet are starting to hurt. Not very bad though. But we got like 1 more hour left of this journey. And then we'll be done with, I think we're gonna continue along here for probably 2 more blocks. Yep, so we're gonna be walking right across from the Stan Wadlow Park, which is a popular park here in East York. And then we'll make a right onto Oak Park Avenue, and we'll cut through Everett Park to Everett Crescent, and then Wallington Avenue. So we're going to be doing a little bit of zigzagging here. And as you can see, there is the East York Memorial Arena, and unfortunately I got to wait here at this freaking traffic light here. Probably might just take 5 seconds. See, look, I told you, when nobody pushes the button at a very small intersection like this that doesn't see a lot of road traffic, then you know this takes like 5 seconds. See, that's the interesting part. Well, I have rode the 87 bus through here. I have never walked along this part of Cosburn. But thank you to Google Maps for showing me the most interesting scenic way to get through East York all the way to Scarborough. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's the Golden Mile radio tower. Almost similar to the one in York, except this is a triangular radio tower. There's an old house here too. And now we're heading southeast again, but we'll be reaching Oak Park Avenue in 2 blocks, or actually 3. Look, Virginia Avenue, like the state. And what is this? This is the East York Sports Center. I'm assuming this is where we do curling, because it does have curling on the building here. Of course, it's a city-owned building. And here's Gledhill Avenue. Again, most of these side streets, they'll take you all the way to Danforth Avenue. I mean, we're not too far, but it's a bit of a walk. And now here is where I'm gonna make a slight right. Now, by the way, as I said in the beginning of the video, I've heard of people walking like Yonge Street, like the entirety of Yonge Street, Eglinton Avenue, or Danforth, but fellow YouTubers like Toronto Tech and Transit and the Ken Continuum, they both have done several hour-long live streams respectively. like recently Ken did his for like 4 hours, and that's a really long time, but Henry does it a lot more. And it's just crazy. It's just a machine. I would never do that sort of thing. But now I'm doing it, but obviously in an edited manner. And look, there's a squirrel climbing up the fence here. Hey, buddy. Where you going with that nut? What's going on, bro? Oh, now he's just gonna give me the stink eye here, right outside of this modern house. And what is this place here? Oh, this is a school, but what school is this though? Anyway, this is a nice quiet street here. But now we're going to yes, so now we're going to walk through this little park here. Wow, this looks nice. It's like you're in the countryside. I mean, the driveway, and that's a little uphill. Yeah, I don't know what school this is on the right.
Turn right onto Everett Crescent.
Anyway, walking through this park, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squirrels. And Toronto's not the only city that has like millions of black squirrels. There's also Ottawa on the other side of Ontario. And there's Detroit, Michigan. That's 5. Let's see if there's any more here. Yep, 6. There's 2 picnic tables. If you want to take a break, rest your feet, then do that. But no, hell no. My goal is not to take any breaks. But thank God for my water bottle. Otherwise, I would have been thirsty as fuck. Okay, this is a very interesting street here. We're now on Everett Avenue. Man, it's quiet down here. Along the way, I've been seeing a lot of people relaxing with their dogs out on their front porches, raking the leaves. And here's Wallington Avenue. Look at this, guys, a little library. Oh, this is definitely made out of some type of foam here. Wow. I'm seeing a lot of those here in this specific neighborhood. And continue on for 2 blocks, and then we'll head south onto Chisholm Avenue. And then onto Lumsden Avenue. So now it is 4:05 p.m. exactly, which means I've been walking for 2 hours, so I guess you could say this is my longest walk ever, like continuously. And that doesn't really count like my other walkabouts. Like I've been out for I've done like walks for like over an hour, obviously, as I've said before, but not for like this long. It's just crazy. I'm not that type of person going extremely long walks, but over the years, you know, I've been fooling a lot with YouTube and coming up with different things and visiting every neighborhood, exploring it. That's what I love to do. And not only that, I'm doing this for you guys, right? Those of you that are probably stuck at home, or you probably enjoy traveling from the comfort of your home. At least there's many YouTubers that do this too, like Johnny Strides and Ken. I mean, obviously, their quality is a lot more smoother than me because they do it with gimbals, right? But I am filming this, as you guys already know, with a Panasonic camera, so very similar to how Alton McFall films his walking videos in Montreal. It's a good thing we got a huge break from all the traffic and the noise. So now we're on Chisholm Avenue, but next block we'll be making a left onto Lumsden. What do you think this squirrel is doing? Oh wow, this looks so cool. Oh, look at this, guys. We got a squirrel chasing another squirrel. See? At least we have some action. That is just too funny. This is a pretty nice neighborhood, especially with the lighting, the amount of trees there are. You can easily just like walk inside. Now we're on Lumsden, and there is Main Street. So at this point, we are not too far from our third borough in this epic journey, that being Scarborough. And of course, Scarborough is our final destination. And must not forget, I'm ending this video, this epic journey, in my mom's old neighborhood of Birch Cliff. More specifically, like at the bus stop at Kingston Road and Birchcliff Avenue, where I don't know if I'm going to be able to end it there because I'm going to be thinking about catching the 12 or 69 buses, which will take me to the subway. Now we're entering a pretty high-density area, mostly high-rises from the 70s, and as you can see, there's one behind it under construction here. Oh look, we're also right across from this small business pizza shop called Diamond Pizza. And again, you're not a far walk from Danforth Avenue and the subway. Oh, as well as the GO station, because not too far from here is also Danforth Station on the Lakeshore East Line, as well as the streetcar that'll take you into downtown. By the way, I should even mention, or I forgot to mention, that I have unbuttoned my jacket since the halfway point, because I felt a little warm in this. Of course, eventually I'd reach that point. Here's Barrington Avenue. Oh, we got two buses here. The 87, I think they're both from the 87. Look. Oh, look, here's Taylor-Creek Park. I think that'll take you into a bit of nature. Oh, look, warnings about coyotes. Look at that, two 87As bunched up together. And look, there's another one. Holy shit. It's Saturday afternoon, and there's like 3 buses bunched up together. Wow. Hey, if you miss your bus, at least you could get your second or third one. By the way, I was right. Those apartment buildings that I saw from Millwood Road over the Don Valley, those are indeed in Crescent Town. And as I just mentioned, as you can see, they're constructing a new condo. So now the street becomes Eastdale Avenue. Anyway, it's now 412. I think this used to be a parkette, but the map is not even... See, look, it's still showing the park. Oh look, the squirrel is just snooping around the construction site here. Oh, there he goes. Look, there's a pathway there. So yeah, there's the Crescent Town neighborhood. To be honest, I'm not really too familiar with the names of these neighborhoods in this part of town. All right, here's Goodwood Park Crescent, and then this street's gonna take me to Dawes Road. And I filmed a walking video along Dawes Road recently, as well as a bus ride, but we're not really there yet. Once again, this is another middle class area where we got like, oh look at this, these type of townhouses here and more single family homes. Look at that, another library here. This time it's made out of wood. Wow. Look at that mini door. That's like the coolest mini library I've ever seen. Again, I'm still thinking about how I'm gonna edit this because there's already a lot of parts I'm cutting out, and I've filmed a couple of long ass clips, literally from the very beginning. Well, I told myself I'm gonna try to do this challenge since it's a very nice day out. So, I mean, I'm doing it, but we are starting to get closer to the end. Once we cross Victoria Park Avenue, we'll be near the end. Since we will be in the Birchcliff neighborhood, but not in the actual spot where my mom used to live. I gotta say, this is a pretty quiet street. That's a nice looking Chevy here, probably from the 70s. But now we are at Dawes Road. Again, this is a very interesting street here that I filmed a walking video on nearly 2 months ago. But this street does continue, so we're gonna make use of the crosswalk here because this is a busy street, and we're gonna, oh look at this, we're gonna be going we're gonna be going uphill once again through the cluster of low-rise apartments here. So let's just get into it. Come on, go, go, go. And now we're gonna go where the sidewalk is. Again, I can't believe I chose to walk this far, like all the other people that I watch do, like Ken and Henry. Because Henry recently, he did a live stream where he walked like the entirety of Yonge Street, at least within the city of Toronto. And I've heard of people doing like Eglinton, Queen, end to end. Apparently we're now in this hydro corridor, the Taylor-Massey Creek, I think. Anyway, we're gonna walk through here. And I think the street's supposed to take me to Dentonia Park. Yep, that's right, guys. We're almost in Scarborough, but it's another 15 minutes because I gotta go down to Danforth Avenue. Hey, there's a pigeon. It's like my first pigeon sighting of this journey. Or I could be wrong. Alright, so we are going to cut through Kilometres Park. And this is where we're going to meet line 2. Oh, hey, pal. Yeah, these are all low-rise apartments that probably people of low income live at. Because when you see these types of apartments, then you know that you're kind of in a poor part of town, but not really.
Fire Avenue.
And look, there's the pathway that'll take you to a bridge into Victoria Park subway station, and that's where the subway ascends into the surface. And I have filmed lots of trains from around this point before. But yeah, this is on the Bloor-Danforth subway line, known as line 2. Unfortunately, with all these stupid trees here, branches, you probably won't be able to get a good view. Oh yeah, look, there's the tracks. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of it. I feel like I'm hearing things, but
Continue on to Fire Avenue.
hope to see a train go by. There's the spot right here. So yeah, and we are now directly above the subway. Maybe I'll take a quick breather here, wait for a train to go by in either direction.
Head south on Fire Avenue toward Denton.
Shut up. Oh, here comes a westbound train. Yeah, this is like the first time this journey I'm taking a quick rest here. I don't know if these dogs sense my voice, because they're obviously at the house that's like next door. Alright, well that was a pretty good spot. So at least I gave my legs a rest. Anyway, on with the journey here. Can't believe like 90% of people have dogs. But anyway, I can see Danforth Avenue up there. So that means we're nearing the end of this journey. However, bad news now. I don't have my cable with me, and my camera is now at the last bar. So will I be able to use this camera all the way to the end? Well, I guess stay tuned to find out. Welcome to a busy Danforth Avenue. So now, all we need to do next is cross Victoria Park Avenue, and we'll be in our final borough of this journey, that being Scarborough. Not only that, we'll also be in the final neighborhood, but not in the exact spot of where I'm ending this off. So at this point, go back here, it is now 4:29, and I've been walking for nearly 2.5 hours. I've entered East York at around 3:05, and now it's been 90 minutes since I crossed that border. And now we walked all the way here. This has turned out to be one of my most adventurous videos ever. There used to be a Zellers. And of course, there's a Metro and a Staples. And look, a Church's Texas Chicken. So now we're going to continue on along Danforth Avenue for probably a kilometer until Warden Avenue. However, this side is actually East York. On the other side is Old Toronto. And there's Victoria Park Station and a train leaving, heading towards downtown in Etobicoke. And here we are, welcome to Scarborough. And welcome also to my mom's old hood. Not quite. So we're now in our final part of this journey. Now, when I started this video at 2:06, Google Maps said it would take 3 hours and 45 minutes. But now because of my long ass legs and I walk so freaking fast, looks like I might be reaching there in less than, like, under the 3 hour mark. And of course, Thorncliffe Avenue has a lot of interesting stretches, especially along this one. We were in the, actually on this side, we were in the Oakridge neighborhood, but on the other side of the tracks, it's actually Birch Cliff. Let's take one more look at the map here. Okay, so currently on the north side of Danforth, but I think at Pharmacy Avenue we'll go to the south side. Now Google Maps says to go all the way to Kilometres Avenue, but this will be the only time on this journey I'll deviate from the exact routing. But instead of going all the way to Kilometres, I'm gonna head down Warden Avenue, then go to Hollis Avenue, then Kilometres, and then down to my mom's old street, which is Freeman Street. However, we still have some family there, so hopefully it won't. Well, you're going so fast, buddy. But yeah, we're coming to the end, and I think we should be back. And I think we should probably get to our final destination in less than 30 minutes at this point. Don't forget, most of the neighborhoods that I walked through today, I have filmed walking videos on. So we are almost at the end, folks. Isn't this exciting? We came a long ass way from home. So once we get to the end, we'll do a recap, reflect on this journey, and yeah, I guess we'll take it from there. Alright, this is the spot I like to call the parallel universe of this city, because this is where Thorncliffe Avenue meets Thorncliffe Road. And look, there's the Dairy Queen up there. I wish I could be craving for some blizzards or whatever, but not today. But yeah, right here, the parallel universe. Thorncliffe and Thorncliffe. Because we're pretty much 15 minutes away from ending this with 1 bar of battery left to spare. So let's see if we can finish this in time before my camera dies. Otherwise I have to film with the phone. I think I've been to this Swiss Chalet once as a kid, and something smells good around here. Wonder what that might be. And we are almost done our extremely long journey across Toronto. So now we're gonna make a right here on Warden Avenue. There's the 69A and the 69B, one of my mom's main routes to get home. You know, after a fun day at Scarborough Town Center or Warden Woods, or when she was starting to work at St. Mike's. And I think at this point we don't need Google anymore. We're done. I know my way around. So let's exit. So Google Maps said it would take 3 hours, 45 minutes, which is nearly 4 hours, to walk all the way from my place to my mom's old hood. But now it is 4:43, which means I've been walking for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So it looks like we're gonna finish this under the 3 hour mark. Anyway, here's Clawmore Drive. I filmed a walking video on the street back in the summer. Quite an interesting street. But this is actually where Clawmore becomes Hollis Avenue. So we're gonna head east along Hollis, and then maybe by Clawmore, I'll make a right. I can't believe it, guys. We're almost there. We are almost there. I mean, I was gonna end this video like right on Freeman Street, but I think Kingston Road seems a much more viable, a much more reasonable place to end, because from that point you're a short walk from the lake. And yes, this is another beautiful neighborhood. Nice homes. It's very quiet around here. Oh, and also, by the way, this is where cousins Emily and Andrew used to live, and then they moved to Newcastle in the late 2000s. Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna walk all the way to the bus stop, and I'll wrap things up there, and I'm gonna be I'm finally gonna sit my ass down. But man, what a long journey. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or not, but this is a last minute thing. It's a last minute thing, guys, because this walk has now took me through lots of nice neighborhoods, and I zigzagged through a lot of interesting streets to get to this point. All right, where the hell is Calmer? Let's see if that's Calmer right there. And then the next street would be Freeman Street. But it's at one bar. Once that bar is flashing, that means the battery is very, very low, and that means the camera's gonna die. So can we at least make it? And by the way, if you guys are wondering how I'm feeling physically, oh man, I am somewhat exhausted. My feet are killing me now. So are my legs, because I walked this long to get here. All right, so let's head down Calmer. I filmed a couple of walking videos around this neighborhood before. And of course, Kingston Road, as I mentioned, used to be the main gateway into Toronto, known as Highway 2. And that was before the 401 was even built. But it's a very interesting drive down Kingston Road as you're heading into, you're heading through many neighborhoods in Scarborough, and then into the old city, and then eventually downtown. And by the way, even though I took that 2-minute break at Kilometres Park, I am still walking like normal to a fast pace. Like, that was the only break I took. It's a nice house. Look, you literally see the inside. You can see a little girl looking at something. But here we are, Freeman Street. That's where my mom used to live. But I won't say exactly her old address. But we still have family living here, so hopefully I won't be spotted. And there's Kingston Road. I could even end this off at Birchmount Road, but I think Birchcliff Avenue and Kingston Road, it's a much better spot to end. There's the Birchcliff Elementary School where Emily and Andrew went to. And I've also been in their schoolyard because we make use of that playground like so many other children. And here's Eastwood. That nursery has been here for as long as I can remember. Whew. Oh, we made it this far, guys. Yeah, this has always been a quiet neighborhood. Hey, who wants this old chair right here? Again, oh look, there's some more furniture here. Wow. And the light's getting a bit low now. I think the sun now sets at 6:15 or maybe 6:45. Could be wrong. And here we are, Birchcliff Avenue. One more block, ladies and gentlemen, and then I will have ended my nearly 3-hour journey from Forest Hills. I hear a GO train going by, and now I gotta think about how I'm gonna edit this, since I filmed like friggin' 15 clips and lots of long parts I gotta cut out of. Look at that, guys. You can see a little bit of Lake Ontario. And guys, we have officially done it. Oh look, this bench here is new. And after nearly 3 hours, I have ended this long-ass journey all the way from Forest Hill, just steps away from where I live. And guess what? My battery's very low. It's literally like flashing. It's gonna die any second now. Woo! What a long-ass walk. My longest one ever. So, guys, just before this thing dies, if you guys watched the entire thing and you made it this far, thank you so much. It's been a great one. We went through a lot. We walked through a lot of interesting streets like Chaplin Crescent, Davisville Avenue, Millwood Road, O'Connor Drive, Cosburn Avenue, Danforth Avenue, through lots of various side streets. And we saw lots of squirrels, nice old and new houses and people, and the busy streets, and hearing the sounds of this amazing city. So guys, I'm tired as hell. I am now gonna wait for either the 12 or 69 to get me back to the subway, and then I'm gonna make the quick journey home. So guys, thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, stay tuned for more videos. Check out my others as well. Feel free to leave your donations down below if you choose to do so. They're really much appreciated. And Alex here, coming from the Birch Cliff neighborhood here in Scarborough, at the intersection of Kingston Road and Birchcliff Avenue. We are signing off, as it's now exactly 4:54 p.m. Anyway, guys, this thing is gonna crap out. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Take care, peace out, and happy Halloween. Bye-bye.